Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Sunday again. Welcome back to Journal with Me, Reflections number 4. And today's word, as I'm sure you can see, is overwhelmed. And this is by Whollypiecemeal. I really wasn't happy with this word, but I picked it, so I'm doing it. So I found the definition of the word. I looked it up, and it means buried or drawn beneath a huge mass of something. In the dictionary, they said usually water, but we all know that feeling overwhelmed, it's usually just, it happens during our lives on land, not water. So, some of the synonyms. Oh, I'm sticking it on a scrap page because the paper was a bit thin. I used a notebook page and I coffee dyed it, and it's lovely, but it's a bit thin and I wanted it to be a bit stiffer. So the synonyms for overwhelm is swamp, submerge, engulf, bury, flood, clog, overload, saturate, overburden, overcome, beset. Right, so those are some of the words. And yes, I have my list here, but I decided while I was cutting out the book page that I would have liked some of the words to be scattered all over my page. So I just cut out some of them, and I'm just arranging for it to be stuck on at various points. I'm not sure how yet, but as I journal, I'll decide where I want to put them. So I'm opening my book and I see my lovely tag that I made that I wanted to use, but it's so bright that I decided to use the tag that I actually didn't finish from my last tag making video. Yeah, it kind of got lost in all the scrap pages. So I'm backing it now, I'm completing it now, and I'm just gonna, because I want to do some journaling on the back, so I'm just gonna stick some collage papers to the back of it, some plain papers, because I would like to write on it. And I'm using the same book page that I coffee dyed, and yeah, I'm just gonna stick that down, smooth it out, because I want a relatively smooth surface to write on, and I'm just smoothing that out, and I'm using regular glue stick to stick it. So since I'm not using this card, I'm just tucking it away, keeping it safely in my book, because remember I used an envelope to make the cover of this book. So I'm just putting it in the pocket. And now I found this paper. What I did was I printed these clocks on a regular paper and I coffee dyed it. So it is regular paper, copy paper, and I coffee dyed it, and I believe I printed on it after I coffee dyed it. So I decided on these clocks because for me, when I feel overwhelmed, a lot of it has to do with time. Yes, people make me feel overwhelmed too, situations that I'm in, but time is also a big factor. Do I have enough time, or I didn't have enough time and I want more time, or I wish the time would pass faster, things like that, and you just feel overwhelmed. So I'm using this on this piece that I'm holding in my hand is from my collage masterboard. Yay, I'm using it. And I'm gonna stick it upside down because it really does mean a lot to me. Part of being overwhelmed is when life just feels all over the place, and you can't finish something before beginning something else, and everything just all over. So I actually like that it is upside down. I find it applies, you know what I mean. And now I'm just getting all my pieces down of my clock, time that feels like it's getting away from us, but I honestly don't think it is. It's just we have to learn how to manage, how to have peace, and how to let go, and how to accept of many things. Right now I'm just giving that part a little background because I found the page was just too plain. So I just, simple little scratches. So here I'm just, going over my flips, trying to make sure everything's in order. I could not find my hole punch, so I'm using my pen. And that's fine. And I'm just trying to make sure everything is in place. And see, I just keep checking, making sure, okay, it's going to fit, it's going to go fine. And I realized that I have to cover the back of it because I want to do some writing there. So I'm just doing a very small collage on the back, just using plain paper. And I'm just going to stick those papers down. Now it's time to stick my flip, my card, my journaling card, and I'm gonna do it as a flip out, right? And I'm using washi tape. Washi tape is not very sticky, so I'm just adding some glue to it just to help it strengthen it, so that because I don't want it falling off, as I'm using or rereading or reading or journaling in it. I don't want this tag to fall out. So the tape is just to help give it some extra strength. And I try to use, I'm using what I have, but I try to use colors that kind of match the page or the tag, but if you don't have washi tape, you could use masking tape. If you have masking tape, and you could always color on it, because masking tape is, the material is such that you can add color to it, which is really awesome. Or you could use clear tape, which is fantastic. You just can't, put stuff over it because it's slippery. So I decided on this flip up card that I would write my questions that I would be journaling about. And now I'm going to, I would like to stick it down, but before that I decided to start answering my questions. Question 1, when do you feel overwhelmed? For me, I feel, thinking about it while I was journaling, I realized that I feel overwhelmed when I take my eyes off God, because then the world seems so much bigger and my problems are so much larger, and it's really, really difficult. That's when I take my eyes off God, and that's when I feel overwhelmed. So I have to get back to focusing on God, just like, yeah. The second question was, what do you do when you feel overwhelmed? For me, I turn to God. I reach out to Him with my troubles, my stress, my frustration, my pain, and sometimes while talking to Him as well, I am reminded of things that I actually enjoy. So when I feel overwhelmed, I also do things that I love. I exercise, I paint, I color, I draw. I do the things that I love. And then the third question, how do you avoid feeling overwhelmed? Well, while I was journaling about this, Philippians 4 and verse 8 came to me, and it says, "Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue and if there be any praise, think on these things." This came to me because, for me, that's how I avoid feeling overwhelmed, by focusing on the good things, focusing on things that are true, because we know that the devil lies to us. He tells us so many lies and we believe it. We ingest it and digest it and we feed it. And focusing on honest things, good things, pure things, true things, lovely things, those are the things that help me feel not overwhelmed, to avoid feeling like that, because then I don't believe the lies, the lies that we tell ourselves, the lies that we believe. So that's how I do that. So I decided to finally work on sticking down my tab, and then I realized that it would not work because I wrote on the back of it wrong. And I was kicking myself. So I was like, okay, Gina, that's okay. We'll just have it as another flip. That's fine. I didn't want 2 flips on the page, but that's okay. Things happen and we just work around it. So again, I got my washi tape out. I looked for a color that would match, and wonderfully, it matches on the other side as well. So it doesn't take away from my previous journaling page, which is this one here. So I thought that was really cool. Yay! So I'm using it as another flip. And that's fine. It's fine. So I'm just adding glue again to help it be very sturdy, and so that it will stick and not come off. Yeah. Testing it. I like how it looks. I like how it feels. And now I've decided that I would like to add my meaning, which I usually do. Only I can't seem to find a spot for it, so I just left it for a while, and I decided to focus on this little guy. It says, "Your speed doesn't matter, forward is forward." And this was a nice positive reminder for me when I feel overwhelmed, because I do sometimes, to just focus on what is true. And that is one of the things that's true for me. May not be true for everybody else, but for me it is true. Because, we do try, sometimes we do compare ourselves to others, and sometimes we don't do it in a healthy way. And it's just a reminder to me, Gina, you're different, your journey is different, and right now, your speed doesn't matter once you keep moving forward. Keep moving forward with God. So I just did a small collage with that, and I'm using this other flower piece to, I don't know the name of it. If anybody knows the name of it, that'll be great. Y'all could let me know in the comments, just to help me be happy too. Because, this page, yes, it overwhelmed. The word is overwhelmed, but for me, it's about overcoming that and facing it And you know, these are some of the things that bring me joy and bring me peace. You know, positive words, great peaceful images that make me smile and make me happy. So that's what I'm putting on this page, even though it's overwhelmed. I don't want to just, you know, make it an overwhelming page. Anyway, so I'm sticking down my pretty flowers. It's so pretty. And I'm also doing a little collage behind it just to help frame it and help it to pop out to me. And you know, just, and what I'm also doing is I'm using the same colors throughout the whole spread, my double page, because you know, I want everything to be tied in. I don't want it to feel chaotic and separate. So I'm using the same colors, same papers on both sides. Now I'm going to put a little piece on this empty space down here. I'm going to put this cute little plant. And again, I'm just going to put a little, well, this one is not a collage, it's just a piece of paper behind it. But I like how it looks. And I like how it looks against the page that I wrote on. So I'm adding that, and then I'm going to add my green leaves plant. And these plants, these images, I printed them and then I backed it with a harder paper, so it will be a bit stiff instead of just flimsy paper. So I'm going to put a plant, deciding which one to do. I'm going to put a plant on both sides actually. I just deciding which one goes where. And I'm also going to back those as well. Gives them a frame. And just as a precursor, I decided to write Philippians 4 and verse 8 on the front there, so that when I flip it open, I could just read it and remember it and, you know, help it to lift me and encourage me. And the words that I've framed with the marker, I am just sticking them on different spots in the journal. And it's just a reminder of what these things mean and how they make me feel and how much I need to fight against it, because it's a battle of the mind. And I mean, swamp is a strong word, and gulf is a strong word, you know. they're strong words, and I really need to do all that I can to fight against it. So I'm just putting the word overwhelm on, just as a title to remind me what this is about. And well, these words, the smaller words, also help, and the images help me feel calm and feel better and feel less overwhelmed. So I hope you all have been journaling too. Thank you so much for staying with me and journaling with me. And I look forward to seeing you next Sunday for our next journaling session. Let's see what word I'll pick then. Bye everyone. Thank you.